Hello everyone and welcome to this, what we're calling an announcement video. It's more of an update and announcement because it's kind of something that will affect the channels in both YouTube and Twitch quite substantially and just what the content is going to be going forward really. But there's also bits and bobs happening in this video. So we're going to be talking about the survey, of course, Lazarus, TCR, some of the specials. Let me just grab my mouse here because it's a big list. The channel as a whole, and then the big announcement at the very end, which will impact a lot of things on the channel. But without further ado, let's get into I call it a survey, but questionnaire. It was just to make sure I knew exactly what you folks wanted in terms of the channel, what you want to see in terms of content, etc. And I'm going to show you the answers, so then we can go through it and be like, oh, okay, that is exactly what happened. So let's jump to that now. So the form that I sort of asked you to help me with, essentially, give me an idea of exactly what you want. We've got 223 responses, and I'm showing you the answers because I feel that's fair. You know, you've put the time in to submit this. So, you know, in terms of the channel, obviously, Gran Turismo is the primary game on the channel, so it's well up there with a set of course competizione. Unfortunately for Mori and El Neil, iRacing is down here, which doesn't mean we're not going to do iRacing. But you know my feelings on iRacing anyway, so it's kind of interesting that you know that in terms of streams, you don't want to see that much of it. The odd stream is nice, but generally speaking, it's just GT and Assetto Corsa. So that's what we're going to do going forward. Now, videos, Gran Turismo obviously even higher. So obviously the Assetto Corsa streams are more in demand than any videos. So again, Gran Turismo videos, they do take the forefront of the channel anyway. And iRacing even lower. So you don't want to see iRacing videos at all, except the odd ones. There is one planned. We still got to finish off the Chevrolet Grand Prix video, and that is due. But of course, so iRacing essentially is just going to feature the odd time on the channel. Obviously, we've done a lot this summer with Ollie and BRT until my wheel started to break. We'll get onto that shortly. But yeah, it was good fun to do that. I'm not sure I want to do quite as many 24-hour races going forward. And I don't enjoy iRacing as much as the Assetto Corsa Competizione in Gran Turismo. So, you know, the fact you guys have said this is kind of nice, to be honest. It means we're on the same mindset, and you're probably on the right channel, I guess, in terms of content. Now, what types of videos? So obviously there's a lot of one-offs here, which take up idiots of the week while Devin is off YouTube. No, we won't be doing that. I like to do my own original ideas. And come up with unique ways to do things. But you can see the majority up here. So obviously race highlights of good racing. So that will be happening, and I'll do that a tiny bit more. We're going to do that actually next week as well in terms of the Assetto Corsa race that we last did. That was easily race of the week by a country mile. Track guides. I've not done a lot of track guides lately, so obviously I'll try and get more out of those, the Ultimate Track Guide series. Then you can follow them and use them to your advantage. We then have feature videos, so, you know, the examples are there, Chevrolet Grand Prix discussing random topics. So this would sort of count like a feature video, but then it'll be other stuff like real life stuff and focusing on certain topics, for example, BOP or something like that in Gran Turismo or Assetto Corsa or any other game, that will do those. And then car profiles, sort of halfway from the race highlights. I do want to do the car profiles, if I'm honest with you. It's just we're waiting for the bot to settle down in Gran Turismo. I mean, I could do them for other games maybe and see how they go. We'll see. We'll see. I feel like I need to be up there in terms of speed on Assetto a bit more before I can do car profiles. But we'll see how it goes, and we can go from there, really. Obviously, some of the other stuff, livery competitions is quite low, so they'll be probably one-offs every now and then, and offline racing is even lower. And as I say, we've got the ones here that I can go through myself, but going forward, it's quite clear to me, race highlights is something that's wanted in track guides. It's why the weekly race guide is so good, because it combines the two things you want so much in one video, and I love doing that video. So yes, the weekly race guide is just amazing. I love doing the weekly race guide. It's so much fun for me as well, because it's a structured video. I know exactly what I'm doing, when I'm doing it. I've got a literal process from start to finish in how I make it. So some of you are so surprised when the video is out at like 1 p.m, 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and yet the races only come out at 8 a.m. So I get the racing done, I edit the video, I do the commentary, and get all the other little bits in there, you know, the Easter eggs and all that good stuff in there, the memes, and it's all done by that point, the thumbnail, etc. So there is a good process set up. It's an efficient process, and I'd argue it's a very fun video. I love making them, and you guys love it, apparently, so we will keep doing that. I'll try and get more premieres out of them, but yeah, I just want the videos out there as well, because a lot of you want it before you actually go in. I love the weekly guide with murdering bloopers. See, exactly, right there. I was just reading down some of those. Right, some of the other questions. Just quickly go over these clips. So obviously these are just funny clips that happen on the channel. It seems like you want it on the main channel, so they will go on the main channel. I'll probably put them on as shorts more than anything, so that way if you do watch shorts you can watch them, or if you just want a little clip, a brief reminder of what happened, you can see them on there. So clips are going to be on the main channel. We'll forget about the clips channel then. We'll put them on the main channel. It just means some of the old clips will come on here eventually, but we do have a clip for the coming week, so I'll try and get that up as a short, and then you have it, and then you've got multiple sources of content in multiple ways. And that's exactly what you wanted, according to this questionnaire, should we say. And this one was a big one for me, so I'm glad that you've answered this. A lot of people have answered this. And it's how hard do you want me to push in some of these, like Gran Turismo, Assetto Corsa, etc. I do want to push a bit harder in Assetto Corsa, I will be honest with you there. But in terms of Gran Turismo, it was a case of, do you want me to push harder and really end up in the sweaty splits, or stay as I am? Now, I kind of, even before this went out there, I've sort of said that I enjoy just being able to jump in, learning the combo, and then by the very end, we're sort of up to pace and we can have a good race as a finale, like we did on Friday in terms of Saint Croix C in the Ford GT. I'm a poet. I didn't even know it. But perfect. You've said that no current is fine. There is quite a few of you who maybe want me to push a little bit harder, so maybe it's just a case of pushing a tiny bit harder, but not going over the top. And that's what we're sort of going to do. So yeah, I'm kind of happy that you said that, to be honest with you. And then finally, this is a big one, especially with what happened during the 12-hour stream we did on Saturday. Racing wheels. So I couldn't use a TGT, which has a problem, which originally it was the steering wheel coming off. Now it's also doing random button presses and the pedal's not working correctly. So it is on the way out. So I did ask what wheel we're going to be using. So quite on topic at this point. Fanatec DD Pro absolutely destroyed the Logitech G29, G923. So we're going to look at the Fanatec wheel then. We'll look at getting the Fanatec, getting it attached to the rig, and going from there. I'm going to have to work out some finances for this because, and I'm hoping for Fanatec to get some stock in as well. Just because I've had my kitchen done, haven't I? You can actually see a bit of my kitchen in the background, leftover pieces. So money's a little more tighter at the moment because of that. Spent that kitchens are a lot of money at the end of the day. Some of you don't own a house and get a house, you will find out very quickly. So yeah, I'll try and work it out, and we'll try and look at getting a Fanatec DD Pro when we can, and hopefully this wheel will survive until that point, because as I say, it is on the way out. I can tell you that right now. Thank you to everyone who did answer that questionnaire. As I say, it was very useful for me. It gave me a good idea, and of what you want, and we're sort of on the right track in terms of the channel. Obviously, clips coming to the main channel is probably the biggest thing there, and obviously the broken wheel, going to Fanatec more than likely in terms of that survey, etc. That's what you want me to use. That's where we will go. And it's nice to know what future content is coming up. Now, there is going to be some extra bonuses in the coming weeks where you'll sort of understand what I'm going to do with the channel. And also later on in this video, you'll understand a bit more as well, because it's the big announcements at the end. Right, Lazarus. Let's get on to Lazarus next. So my contract ended with Lazarus. However, I did re-sign with Lazarus. They're an awesome organization, and they helped me out. And yeah, why not stay with them? It's working well. And we carried on. So we are currently wearing Lazarus merch right now. There you go. Look at that, Lazarus. We're going to stay with Lazarus. We bleed pink. So there you have the news for that. Obviously, I help out a few teams. So obviously, I'm signed to Lazarus as a content creator. We're going to continue that. TCR, of course, Tidgney Community Racing, and we'll get onto that in a second in terms of the details there. But we races TCR as well. It's the community racing team. We're also part of RCI Esports when we race with them, and we help out FFS Racing as well. So there are 4 teams that we're a part of: Lazarus, TCR, RCI Esports, and then FFS Racing. Although obviously the guest for FFS Racing, although we have helped them out quite a bit this year. And I think they're still top of the championship in silver class. And I did help with that at Indianapolis. Although I did lose a place there at the end. And also my PC plebbing it during my stint as well. Urgh. Never mind. Anyway, let's get to TCR then, because this is kind of big for you. So obviously we've just done the LFM rookie. We did all the rookie races in one go in one stream, which was bloody good fun. And then that iron race at the end. Oh my word, that was so good. But the Essential Course Competizione team is going to start. So we're going to start updating the website. To be a part of the Essential Course Competizione team, you need to be a part of it also on LFM as well. So LFM is obviously a good place to go racing anyway. So it's, you know, hand in hand. It's perfect. Obviously, you also must have filled in the form with your Essential Course details. If you haven't, please update that as appropriate. I'll put more in the team Discord, because obviously you've got to be on Discord anyway. So I'll just put a bit of information in there in terms of that. But the ATC team has begun, and obviously that will allow people to then obviously build endurance teams within TCR, to go into the events as TCR as well, which is good fun, and that's the whole part of the team. You know, is be able to find teammates that you can go and do these endurance races and have some fun with as well. Now, this came up in stream yesterday, just another thing. It was about, we got a shout out for somebody driving exceptionally clean. As a part of TCR, which is amazing, and I love hearing, you know, about TCR drivers, because you always hear about bad driving. You never hear about the good driving, and you know, somebody saying, "Oh, I had an amazing driver with TCR X, Y, or Z, or whoever it may be." It's awesome to see, because that's the whole point of the team. It's to represent clean, respectful racing. It's awesome, but I want to sort of promote it a little bit more. So I'm not sure how this is going to work. And as I say, we only discussed it on the stream yesterday, so I'm just putting this out there now as like an extra little bit of announcement. We're going to come up with a way to award this even more, to be able to give something to someone somehow in terms of votes for the cleanest bit of driving, or maybe they've just been voted for so many times by a form to say, oh yeah, this person, you know, I'm just, TCR Tidgney is driving amazing. Yeah, vote for TCR Tidgney, driver of the month, or whatever it might be, and then getting something from it. Just a little something, nothing crazy. But to promote clean driving, and I just think it'd be awesome. When it was suggested in stream, I was like, you know what, it's just so good to reward that, because there's no real reward for it. All you hear about is, and I know people should just drive respectfully, but just going the extra mile. It's hard to explain, but I'm going to look at it. I'm going to get it done and sorted so that there's something else there to be a part of the team. Lobbies, I know people keep asking me about Gran Turismo lobbies, because we're not doing that much as a team in terms of Gran Turismo, but the problem is they're still broken. As I say, I did some testing with IGTL, and it's actually PS5 that is the issue, not PS4, weirdly, which I find quite insane, to be honest with you. So PS5, the PS5 version of the game is the issue. The PS4 version of the game works absolutely fine in lobbies. Work that one out for yourselves, but there we have it. So once lobbies are fixed, fingers crossed, we can actually start doing this. And this also coincides with the big announcement coming up as well, which we will get to shortly. Now, next up, specials, because obviously we've hit some specials. The 30k special I have talked about, and you know, it's still on my cards. I'm still doing it. It's something that nobody's done before, that I am planning on still finishing and getting done and giving to you. I know Alpha and Gino have heard this for years now, but it is going to get done. I'm hoping to get it done by Christmas, because I have some time coming up where I am off, and the kitchen's now done, so I've got space, or will have space, to be able to do it and finish it and then present it to you, and you'll be like, oh my word, boom, mind blown. So that is coming. But the specials that you can get involved with are also coming up. So we've hit 5 million views while everything's been going on, and we've also about to hit 6 million views, which is pretty amazing, to be honest with you. Thank you to everyone who has been watching the channel, watched anything at all on the channel, supported the channel in any way. So, with that in mind, we're going to do a big double viewership special bash somehow. Obviously, we've done specials on every million views. 5 million, 6 million is no exception. We're going to do one big combo stream. I'm not sure when it's going to be. Keep an eye out for it, because it does mean you guys getting involved, having some fun, and just having an entertaining day and evening, I suspect, streaming, because 5 plus 6 is 11. So I'm expecting something pretty crazy with that. Maybe you can figure that one out. Who knows? But yes, do keep an eye out for that. Oh, and the forfeits. I know people keep going on about the forfeit. Yes, I haven't forgotten. There will be a forfeit at some point. Maybe we combine it in that specials. I'm not too sure. But there will be the forfeit from Eurovision. For those that don't know, I made a bet for Eurovision. I can't exactly do the forfeit I said, but we'll come up with a forfeit that you can choose. So keep an eye out for that. Right, now we're getting into the thick of it. The channels, I've put S here. Obviously, Twitch recently just changed their... Well, they didn't actually change anything. It's weird. They announced that, oh, a streamer can do X and now do Y. But in reality, you could always do that anyway, because Twitch only owns the content you stream on it. So if you wanted to end the stream and start on YouTube the very next minute, you can do that. There's no issues there whatsoever, unless you've got a very customized contract. I was hoping they could do maybe simulcasting, but that apparently still isn't the case. So while it was big news with Twitch, I don't think it is. I've been having a look and read around it, and there's nothing there, because in reality, it would be nice to be able to give Twitch people the Twitch stuff and YouTube the YouTube stuff at the same time. It'd be great. But apparently we still can't do that. So that is that. So I did hint at sort of Twitch changes, but I don't think that's going to change for now until they can tell us more, essentially. I did notice Ninja did some simulcasting, but it doesn't like, maybe that's a test. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Now, this is a bit of a bigger one for you channel members, and this is both for Twitch and for YouTube, okay? So, I want to introduce some yearly rewards for you just being part of the channel, paid member of the channel, okay? This is just a little something to give back to you for your support of the channel over the years. Now, the idea in my mind is that if you have a 12-month anniversary in terms of subscription, then you could get this by a gifted membership. You could end up having 12 gifted memberships and having that 12-month membership. That's absolutely fine. I have no issues with that. All I'm saying is, if you are a 12-month member on the channel, whether it's Twitch, via Prime, or YouTube, via your membership, I want to give something back to you, and that is the plan. So do keep an eye out for this. It's something I'm going to have to create. Obviously, we're a bit behind with stuff, but this is going to happen. So just to give you a heads up. So at 12 months, you'll get something. At 24 months, you get something different. 36 is something different. 48 is something different. And if anybody even makes 60, that's going to be the big special something that I've planned for ages. It will be available for sale anyway, but at 60, you're going to get an additional bonus with that as well. So do keep an eye out. It will exist. It was going to happen. It's just for me to give back to you, because why not? You supported the channel for so long at that point. Like, you should have something in return. Something of, not a mobile phone, but, you know, something you can look and say, I supported Tidgney for this long, and it's given back to me, or something like that. Because while I give content, and everybody gets the content, I just figured that would be nice. Do let me know if you absolutely hate that idea, but I kind of like it. So, yeah, it is what it is. Now, moderators, don't feel outdone there, because I know you help out the channel massively as well in a different capacity, in the fact that you help moderate the channels. I know Discord can be quite the wild west, let's put it that way. So there's going to be something for you guys as well, but that's going to be done slightly differently. So again, you moderators, keep an eye out. If we do need more moderators, I do put it out there, and I know some people are in a queue to become a moderator as well. So I say keep an eye out, and yeah, you'll be getting something as well. Again, it's just to give something back to you guys, because I say channel members, they financially help the channel in any way, and I do reinvest that. Moderators, they invest in a different way, their time, and time is also valuable in helping making sure the Discord stays friendly, or the channel stays friendly while we're racing, because obviously I can't moderate as I race. I tried to and crash. You get the idea. Right, that's all the little stuff, or maybe big stuff, depending on if that's big to you. Now we get to the big announcement. Okay, this is a very big announcement, so yeah, sit back for this one. So, as you know, I've been working in education for 11 years, and 9 years in my current role. And I've been doing YouTube for however long now, since 2010, technically, 2011 for the racing. I have got a new job. I'd got the job, etc. I've signed the contract. And that does mean this may impact the channel in some way. So let me explain this. Okay. So some people will see this as a good announcement, some people will see this as a bad announcement. I'm in the middle in terms of this announcement, so it's entirely up to you how you take this. I don't know what my work times or work days are in terms of when I'm working. So obviously, currently, I'm meant to work technically like a 9-to-5 job, but it's different times in education. But at the moment, I'm working weekends, I'm working evenings, because it's a busy time period. And I do get my hours back. You know, I've always had that agreement with the college, so I've always got my hours back where I needed. So, for example, the Monday weekly video, I don't work in the mornings, so that's to control my hours. So I do the video and then work in the afternoon going into the evening. And that's just a nice little agreement that we've got, and it's actually helped me mentally as well. Like, you know, just because I have that positive thing on a Monday morning, that I can do that video and then go in and then do my work in the afternoon working from home, which is a brilliant idea, by the way, working from home. That is something I am going to be still doing, which may seem as a positive. And this is why I can't really say what's going to happen, because the business works 7 days a week. So, but I will be working from home most of the time. So that gives me more freedom. I have less of a commute. I'm working from home. But again, I don't know my work times. This potentially might mean the weekly race guide is affected, because obviously I don't have that same agreement anymore. However, I want to continue still doing the weekly race guide, so that's not going to end in any way, shape or form. I love making that video. It may be released a little bit later. Maybe I do it in a slightly different format. Remember, I've talked about lobbies before now. Maybe we do some lobby stuff with that, as well as some of the actual races as well. That's in my head. And it'd be really great to get TCR more involved with that. And that has also been the plan, to be able to, you know, practice them before they happen on the Sunday. And it would have been off stream, because then that way I can just have some fun with the TTR guys. So do keep an eye out for what happens with the weekly race guide. I will say in advance, especially on Discord. Make sure you do join the Discord. There's a lot of people on there. How TCR is communicated. It's how I communicate a lot of the things, because it's just easier to manage and communicate with, because YouTube is a very busy platform. The Discord is our own little area. So I do love making videos. I don't want to stop making videos, okay? That is just not going to happen. It's just that maybe that I can't guarantee anything. So I've always tried to guarantee content, and then something always, you know, spanner in the works, because I've always wanted to do 3 or 4 pieces of content a week, and sometimes I've struggled with that, especially more recently with you know, just with work and something that's been going on the side, which I will explain in a future video, because it's more about mental health, and I will talk about it in a future video. But I don't want to promise anything in terms of content will be X, Y, or Z. But as I talked about in the questionnaire, I still want to be able to do Gran Turismo videos, Assetto Corsa videos, and the odd iRacing thing here and there. So content-wise, I'm not promising any days of guaranteed content, but I will hopefully be continuing my content as normal, which was obviously the weekly race guide on a Monday, some form of race, Assetto Corsa on a Wednesday, on a Friday, which obviously has changed slightly because of the way the manufacturer series worked, is that it'll be Gran Turismo, maybe a stream on a Friday, or it'll be like a very special stream on a Saturday, and content, potentially then a feature on a Sunday. Obviously the weekends sort of vary, because normally if I'm streaming on a Saturday, there's no video on a Sunday, but if there's a stream on a Friday, there's a video on a Sunday. Sort of swings and roundabouts, because I can do it all on a Saturday, see, and have the Sunday off. But I don't know my work days, so I don't know. But we will see with that. So that is the big announcement, because it impacts a lot of things. It also impacts, and I have to say this now, because I said let's do a community trip to Le Mans 2023. Said it. However, I still want this to go ahead, but I don't know my holidays. I don't know when I can take holidays. But I can't guarantee that that can happen now, okay? I really can't guarantee that can happen. If it happens, great. And we'll still carry on with it, and we can go from there. However, I can't guarantee it now. I really, really, really can't. So we'll see what happens with that. I apologize for anyone who's really looking forward to that. If it doesn't happen, if it does, happy days. We continue on as normal. Also, something nice from this as well. Maybe the Audi R8 dream gets one step closer. Maybe it gets one step closer. Working from home means you save more money. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying. Audi R8 dream one step closer, and I do want to take you on that trip down towards that car. If we do get the dream car, wouldn't that be absolutely stunning? That is the big announcement. I have got a new job which will impact the channel. That's all I can say. It will impact the channel, because I'm working from home. If it's just a normal 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, obviously the weekly race guide will be impacted slightly, not so much over winter because of daylight savings being removed and going back to GMT. I wish we were on GMT permanently, to be honest with you, because then I can do it in the morning before I even start work. However, it does mean if I'm working from home, maybe you'll do more content. Or if it's just longer hours, maybe it's less content. That is the big announcement. But hopefully all the other stuff as well. As I say, I want to give back to you guys, so especially the members and the moderators. They're getting something. We have some specials on the way. You know, we're still with Lazarus. TCR is still going strong. And you've given me an idea in terms of the content about what you want. But folks, that is going to be it for this video. That is the announcements that I wanted to make. I do hope you've enjoyed this video or got some information from it, because it's hard to enjoy an announcement video in that context. There will be more content coming. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. But that is going to be it for me, folks. Thank you once again for all your support over the weeks, over the months that have gone, because it has been a bit... content's been a bit smaller in terms of quantity, but content will continue all the same because I enjoy it. It's my hobby. I do love making videos. It's a fun hobby to have. I say a big thank you once again. That is going to be it for me now, folks. Have a good evening, day, week, month, year, wherever you are. And I hope to see you in another video or live stream very soon.